Christopher Zweig, and today on CJ at the Movies, I have a jam-packed list of new movies, including 2 time travel movies, plus the new animated feature GOAT and the new film version of Wuthering Heights, which is why I got my watch on, my GOAT sports sleeve, as you can see, and my Wuthering Heights mirror right here, and don't I look handsome? But anyway, let's take a look. Our first movie is Wuthering Heights, the latest film version of Emily Bronte's book, this one directed by Emerald Fennell, who also gave us The Brilliant Promising Young Woman and The Charming Saltburn. And she cast Margot Robbie as Catherine, Kathy Earnshaw, and Jacob Elordi as Heathcliff, so we could be in for a glorious adaptation. Unfortunately, the elaborate production designs and art directions of this film seem to upstage the characters and makes them cynical and bratty. You know the story, as Kathy's father takes in the poor boy Heathcliff, who works as a stable boy in their Wuthering Heights home, and these two have a toxic romance. Eventually, she marries the rich Mr. Linton, played by Shazib Latif, and they both live with her servant Nellie Dean, played by Hong Chow, and his younger, dorky, and childless sister Isabel, played by Alison Oliver, in a lavish mansion. And eventually, Heathcliff comes back into her life, and I think we can agree that with their unlikable personalities, they're a match. I wanted to like this new adaptation of Wuthering Heights because of how Fennell has been pushing herself to new limits, and she makes it look and feel attractive. The new house Kathy lives in features one gorgeous spectacle after another, with a fireplace having many plastered hands and a bedroom that has its colors matching her face. And Robbie and Elordi can be convincing in their roles, but they end up being overshadowed by the stylish appearance, and this movie ends up making their characters exhausting. This is a story about toxic love and class differences, but it ends up losing the universal language to combine them, so skip it. Our next movie is GOAT, and we all know that GOAT means greatest of all time, and I guess Sony Pictures Animation was like, why not make an animated movie about a GOAT who wants to be the GOAT? Now, I was skeptical about how this animated basketball movie would play out because of how much we hated Space Jam and New Legacy for indulging in IPs, but this movie turns out to be much better as it has heart, energy, and the stylized animation that K-pop and the Spider-Verse movies have specialized. The GOAT who wants to be the GOAT is Will Harris. He's voiced by Caleb McLaughlin, and the Zootopia world he lives in is Vineland, whose favorite sport is a combo of basketball, rugby, and soccer known as Rollerball. He wants to change the game despite the stereotype that smalls can't ball, but thanks to his friends and the power of social media, he earns a chance to join the Vineland Thorns. We also have Gabrielle Union as the team's aging Panther star Jet Fillmore, as well as Nick Kroll as a Komodo dragon, David Harbour as a rhino, plus good old Patton Oswalt as the team's Pravas's monkey coach, Aaron Pierre as Will's horse enemy main attraction, and Stephen Curry, whose underdog story was an inspiration for this movie, is both the producer and the voice of a giraffe. GOAT is also the latest attempt to channel on the success of the Zootopia movies after the Sing and Bad Guys franchises. Maybe there can be too much energy in the story, but we're still able to see the heart inside the two main goats, and I am, of course, talking about both Will and the Panther Jet. And I like how each Rollerball game is set in different arenas, which includes fire, ice, and falling rock spikes. It's not the GOAT of all animated anthropomorphic animal movies, but it sure can dunk, and it will inspire youngsters to follow their dreams, just as long as they don't start eating cans. So see it. I have a double feature of 2 time-traveling movies, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, and Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. And they're both entertaining on different levels. In Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, Gore Verbinski's latest movie, Sam Rockwell plays a man from the future who must go all Terminator on AI before it destroys half the human race. So he needs a random set of people, including Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz as 2 teachers, Juno Tempo as a grieving mother, and Haley Lou Richardson as a young woman who is allergic to phones and Wi-Fi, but not in a rashy way. And in Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, which is based on a web series and TV series, it likes to go back to the future on us. Matt Johnson and Jay McCarrol, who both collaborated on Blackberry, play 2 Canadian musician friends who plan to make their band Nirvana the band huge. So while Jay wants to find a solo gig, Matt builds a DeLorean out of an RV as part of a promotional stunt, but after he spills a drink on a device, they both end up in the year 2008. The first movie I've mentioned has big stars, while the second one is a mockumentary on a low budget, and they both work because they want to take their chances on the genre. When Rockwell goes back in time, he basically controls his own time warps, while Matt and Jay both acknowledge that they might be dealing with some copyright issues, and both of them have their laughs and vulnerabilities, and I have to say, see them both as a double feature, and I think drive-in theaters should think so too. Next up, Pillion, a gay dark comedy that almost plays like a better version of 50 Shades of Grey if it's going to have a BDSM relationship. Harry Melling plays Colin, a gay young man who is a parking enforcement officer and a barbershop quartet singer, while Alexander Skarsgard plays Ray, a member of a local biker gang who captures Colin's attention. Colin enjoys the hard, intense sex while catering to Ray's needs, which includes cooking, cleaning, and taking care of his dog, and he also shaves his head and joins the biker gang who don't succumb to the cliches of certain initiations, just some sex scenes and some swimming and bike riding. The young man has a more optimistic feel and has to do certain things without feeling so meek and desperate, and besides looking attractive in his character's barbershop quartet outfit and lock necklace, Melling puts a lot of sentimentality in him. And you must also give credit to Skarsgard, who is also currently seen in the moment, for embracing the style, shifting tones, and dominant personality of his character. There are times when I'm not sure what is going on, but there are also times when I can read between the lines, and I think Pillion draws a fine line between BDSM relationships and romantic relationships. So see it. Okay, we have a list of crime movies set in California: Chinatown, Heat, LA Confidential, Drive, and my all-time favorite Pulp Fiction, and now I review Crime 101, which is another entertaining star-studded movie of the genre. We have Chris Hemsworth as a diamond thief who doesn't hurt his victims and his escapes baffle the police. Mark Ruffalo plays a weary detective trying to crack this case. Halle Berry is an insurance broker trying to score a good deal, and Barry Keoghan plays a young thief caught in Hemsworth's work. There's a lot of stars in Crime 101, also including Nick Nolte, Corey Hawkins, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Tate Donovan, and all under the guidance of Bart Leyden, who based it on Don Winslow's book. We have a strong sense of nostalgia within this film noir: the LA setting, a scene regarding what somebody's favorite Steve McQueen movie is, and the characters who have their convictions. I enjoyed Crime 101 for the way it pushes all these stars with the right productivity and style, so see it. Recapping this week's new movies: thumbs down for Wuthering Heights, thumbs up for Goat, thumbs up for Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, thumbs up for Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, thumbs up for Pillion, and thumbs up for Crime 101. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies.